Dear students, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we will talk about the triggering circuits and the classifications of the triggering circuits and suitability of triggering circuit in monostable and bistable multivibrator. So we know that in the previous lecture, we know the necessity of the triggering. Therefore, the triggering circuit purpose is to change the states from one to another by externally we apply as a input for the corresponding multivibrator. So therefore triggering circuit to generate a negative pulse. So here there are two types of input pulses are generating. If one is positive pulse, second one is negative pulse. But in this case I am assuming that a negative pulse, how a negative pulse is generated with a simple triggering circuit. Therefore in this case let us consider the possibility of getting negative spikes as a output to the triggering circuit. The input for the triggering circuit is simply square waveform which is passes through. This is simple high pass RC circuit we already discussed in our first unit. Therefore at this node, therefore this is high pass RC circuit, we have an input is square waveform. The desired output response should be a positive spikes and negative spikes. Therefore these two are developed across the resistor. Okay, the thing is that our objective is to generate a negative pulse. Therefore the same negative pulses are connected to the, that is on transistor of the base. That is the thing we are going to consider in this case. Therefore the negative spikes is considered in this case. Therefore this is the required circuit diagram to generate a negative spikes. Similarly the same would be connected to the on transistor of the base, then immediately corresponding transistor state would be changed according to the type of multivibrator. So therefore this is input signal square wave is considered, passes through capacitor and we develop the drop across resistor. This is simply high pass RC circuit. Therefore the drop across this node is nothing but positive spikes and negative spikes. These positive spikes and negative spikes are directly connected to the negative polarity of the diode. Therefore the positive polarity of the diode is connected to the off transistor of the collector. So therefore off transistor of the collector means, therefore whenever the transistor should be off, therefore the drop across the collector output terminal should be, that is VCC approximately. Therefore here right side positive terminal is connected to the plus VCC. Therefore in the left side that is negative polarity. Therefore here obviously the diode is entering into VCC is greater than the peak voltages. Therefore the diode is entering into that is saturation or forward bias. The diode is entering into forward bias. Therefore whenever the diode is entering into forward bias, so therefore the positive spikes are simply drops to 0.7 volts during positive peak. Therefore here this is the required circuit diagram, and to generate like this. During positive peak we are getting 0.7 again spikes like this. So this is the required trigger output. We want to change the state. Therefore this is the simple circuit diagram. So this circuit diagram should be connected every time. In case of monostable multivibrator as a acted as a one single triggering. In case of bistable multivibrator, therefore two triggerings, that is nothing but the same circuit should be connected to different nodes for the different states. That is the thing. So this is the simple circuit diagram required to generate the corresponding negative spikes as a input. Similarly the same would be connected to the corresponding circuit. Let us see that. So triggering of bistable multivibrator. So let us see that we know that two types of trigger pulses are required, positive pulse and negative pulse. In this case I am going to consider negative pulse as an example. So this is the circuit diagram to generate the negative pulse. Similarly classifications of the triggering circuits. Therefore the triggering circuits are classified into two types. Therefore that is, one is unsymmetrical triggering circuit, second one is symmetrical triggering circuits. So what is the fundamental difference between unsymmetrical triggering circuit and symmetrical? In unsymmetrical triggering requires two trigger pulses for two separate sources are to change the state of the binary. Therefore unsymmetrical means that therefore two triggering pulses from two separate sources are required to change the state of the transistor. Okay, therefore it means that two trigger pulses. So every time, therefore the same previous circuit should be considered for two different sources to change the state of its transistor. Suppose Q1 off is there, the same circuit is connected to the off transistor of the collector, the diode positive terminal is connected to the off transistor of the collector. Suppose in the second stage Q2 should be off, therefore the same circuit is connected to the second transistor of the corresponding off transistor. So that is nothing but two triggering pulses from two separate sources are needed to change the state of its binary or multivibrator circuit. So these are the first two types of triggering, that is, one is symmetrical triggering and unsymmetrical triggering. So this is the first one, unsymmetrical. It requires two triggering pulses from two separate sources. Next, coming to the triggering, symmetrical triggering. Symmetrical triggering is nothing but it requires, symmetrical triggering is only requires one trigger pulse is needed to change the state of the corresponding transistor. So by itself automatically adapt the required triggering output to the corresponding multivibrator circuit. That type of trigger circuit we call it as the symmetrical triggering. So in symmetrical triggering, only one triggering pulse is needed to bring about changes the state of each time the pulse is applicable. Okay, so let us look into that, a practical circuit diagram for the unsymmetrical. First we will look into the unsymmetrical triggering. So this is the general practical bistable multivibrator circuit diagram. Therefore this is Q1 and Q2. So this is R1 and R2 network, this is again R2 network. So this is the bistable multivibrator circuit, okay, where the trigger output is connected in the corresponding circuit. So therefore this is the simple circuit, trigger circuit, when input is square waveform passes through capacitor. Therefore from here to, that is RT is this. So this combination we call it as the high pass RC circuit. At this node we will generate the negative spikes. Therefore the negative spikes output is connected to the negative and positive polarity is connected to the corresponding off transistor. So in this case, initially one permanent state is nothing but Q1 off I am assuming, Q2 on is I am assuming. So this is the one permanent state. So if you want to change the state, so where the triggering circuit is connected, the triggering circuit is connected to always off transistor of the corresponding collector. So here off transistor is nothing but Q1, that's why this trigger circuit is connected to the off transistor of the collector terminal. So it means that whatever the positive end of the diode is there, that is directly connected to the corresponding collector of the corresponding transistor. Therefore this positive end at this node, the output should be a negative spikes. Okay, then immediately the negative spikes are getting at the collector of Q1. Therefore then immediately the same would be transmitted to the corresponding base of Q2. Then immediately Q2 entering into off. Whenever this Q2 is entering into off, therefore the drop across this collector terminal should be VCC. The same would be transmitted to the base of Q1. Then immediately Q1 is entering into on. Therefore immediately whenever this circuit is connected, we are giving input is square waveform. The desired output states are changed. Therefore off to on and on to off. So that is the second stable state, right? Therefore this is the circuit diagram for the second stable states. Previously Q1 off. Now whenever this trigger circuit is connected, therefore immediately changing its states. Therefore Q1 is off now, on now. Next Q2 is off now. Therefore where the trigger output is connected, trigger output is always connected to the off transistor collector. So every time, that's why two trigger pulses are required for the two different sources, nothing but every time the state one of the transistor must be off. Previously Q1 must be off, therefore we will connect the circuit at the Q1 itself. In the second quasi stable state, Q2 is off. So Q2 is off, nothing but the trigger circuit is like this. This is the connected positive terminal of the diode is connected to the collector of Q1. So this is the connector. So every time two triggering pulses are connected to two separate sources. Okay, that is the thing of unsymmetrical triggering. So therefore separate triggering pulses are connected from the separate sources. that type of triggering circuit we call it as the unsymmetrical triggering circuit. Again, let us look into that how it is changed. Q2 is off, therefore here we will get negative spikes are generated. The same negative spikes are connected to the base of Q1, then immediately Q1 is entering into off. Whenever Q1 is off, therefore the drop across this collector terminal should be VCC. The same would be transmitted to the base of Q1, then immediately Q2 is on. So this is the state change when external triggering is applied. So this is a revert back to original state. Again repeat the same procedure. So whenever if you want to change the state, therefore definitely it requires some external triggering. Therefore this is the example for the unsymmetrical triggering. Let us look into that. Unsymmetrical triggering, two triggering pulses are required to change the state every time, okay, for two different sources. So now let us look into that. The second type of triggering circuit is nothing but symmetrical triggering. So symmetrical triggering, so it requires only one triggering input. It requires only one trigger circuit, one triggering input. Therefore that triggering input is automatically adapt and to generate a required negative pulses. So it requires only one trigger circuit. Therefore similarly same concept but slight modification in the circuit diagram. Therefore in bistable multivibrator, let us look into this. This is bistable multivibrator. So therefore R1 R2 network and R2 network, but this combination we call it as a simple trigger circuit. This is trigger circuit. So trigger circuit consists of when input is square waveform passes through capacitor. Okay, therefore, but here there is no connection here. Okay, there is no connection directly connected to the some reference voltage here. The arrangement should be like this. This is for R. So this is RC combination at this node, but I am going to consider two diodes in this symmetrical triggering circuits. Therefore, first diode D1, the positive is connected to collector of Q1, the negative is connected to the some reference voltage here. Similarly, diode D2 is positive is connected to the collector. So every time the positives of the corresponding diode is connected to the collectors of the transistor, right? Okay, some reference voltage established, right? So coming to that, but in bistable multivibrator, these are indefinite states. Indefinite states. So indefinite states, unable to say which is on and which is off. So suppose Q1 off. Initially we are assuming Q1 off and Q2 on. So Q1 off means that therefore at the collector of Q1 we want to generate the negative spikes, right? Negative spikes. So Q1 off and Q2 on. So Q2 on means the collector of the Q2 should be very small value, that is 0 volts or 0.3 volts. Collector of Q1 is VCC. So this voltage should be larger. Diode D1 is entering into forward bias. D2 should be reverse bias. So simply this connection is discarded. Therefore the drop across this is nothing but negative spikes and positive spikes passes through this diode is forward bias. Therefore the collector of Q1 should be you are getting as a negative spikes. So it requires, but bistable multivibrator is unable to identify which is on and which is. So both the states are in indefinite states. So whenever Q1 is off here, assume initially, therefore Q1 diode D1 is forward bias, D2 should be reverse bias. So reverse bias is nothing but open circuit here. This is short circuit. Okay, replace the positive spikes by 0.7 volts, and similarly we are getting here that is a negative spikes as usual. Okay, so whenever we are getting negative spikes at this, definitely, and the same would be transmitted to the on transistor base, and immediately Q2 is entering into off. Q2 is off, the drop across this is nothing but VCC. So next the same would be transmitted to the on transistor of the base, that is nothing but Q1 is entering into on. So this is the state of change automatically requires a negative pulse are connected to the corresponding state of the transistor. So next coming to let us consider when Q2 is off. Let us consider Q2 is off in this case. So therefore Q1 is on now, Q2 is off. So Q2 is off means the drop across this is nothing but VCC. So VCC is diode is obviously, so this voltage is nothing but a positive and negative spikes. Okay, so but this reference voltage and output is nothing but this positive negative spikes, but we don't know which is on which is off. So here whenever Q2 is off, this is maximum, the diode D1 D2 should be forward bias. So this is reverse bias, there is no connection. So therefore the drop across the collector terminal should be a simply negative spikes are generated. The same negative spikes are connected to the on transistor of the base when immediately Q1 is entering into sun. So every time, so it automatically generates the negative triggering pulse with the help of this triggering circuit. This type of triggering circuit we call it as a symmetrical triggering circuit. So coming to bistable multivibrator, so symmetrical triggering is the best suitable because in bistable multivibrator both the output states are indefinite states, so unable to identify. So in that case, so whatever practically, definitely one of the transistor must be on and other must be off, but we don't know, but we have to adapt a symmetrical triggering is the best suitable triggering circuit in order to change the state of the transistor when input is square waveform passes through this network. So therefore in case of monostable multivibrator, only stable state to quasi-stable state external triggering is necessary. Okay, from quasi-stable state to revert back to stable state, no triggering is required. So in that case, unsymmetrical triggering is the best suitable for monostable. So in case of bistable multivibrator, symmetrical triggering is best suitable because both the output states are indefinite states. Therefore this is the important thing and very important for competitive examination also. So symmetrical is best suitable for bistable, unsymmetrical triggering is best suitable for monostable multivibrator. Okay, this is the simple important topic. What is the necessity of a triggering circuit and classifications of the triggering circuits. Okay, but in this case I am purely assuming that the trigger output is nothing but a negative spikes. These are the circuit diagram, how the negative spikes affect the changes its states, and we will explain onto the bistable multivibrator, right? Okay, thank you students. We have any doubts regarding that? Sir, what's the